I really like Jake a lot, but once he's in that ring, you have to fight like his life is dependent on it, because it will be.
When in your career are you going to actually fight a contender in your weight class and not do gimmick fights?
I mean, the skill level alone, now of course, there is a size difference, a height difference and all that, but he's just gonna struggle so much landing a shot. It's just gonna look bad.
In a stunning twist, boxing icon Mike Tyson made an unannounced appearance at the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis press conference, electrifying the crowd with a fiery message. Tyson didn't hold back, warning Jake Paul to fight like your life depends on it, and reminding everyone that stepping into the ring with a ruthless warrior like Davis is no joke.
If you saw Jake Paul's fat body videos, and if you think he's taking his training seriously for you?
Listen, I think he's taking it very, very seriously because his health depends on it. And yeah, he's nobody I'm not looking past him. I'm taking him lightly at all.
The Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis showdown has evolved into more than just a spectacle. It's now officially classified as an exhibition match. The decision stems largely from concerns over the significant weight and size disparity between the two fighters. In fact, the Florida Athletic Commission declined to sanction it as a professional bout due to those differences. Under the newly approved rules, the fight will feature 10 3-minute rounds, with both men wearing 12-ounce gloves, and knockouts will count. Notably, the bout's outcome will be determined by 2 human judges and 1 AI judge, a first-of-its-kind twist aimed at bringing an added layer of objectivity to the scoring.
The Jake Paul versus Tank fight is getting really weird. Gervonta looks scared for his life because the rules are out. They're crazy. Oh, so everyone thought that the fight was at 190. He said it's at 195, and this weight difference is scaring the life out of little Tank.
Over 10 3-minute rounds.
The next dispute comes with the gloves.
Little Tank is used to fighting in 8-ounce gloves.
Baby glove.
This fight will be in 12. Hands might be too small. Also, Tank just fought in a 12 3-minute round fight against Roach.
Yes, and now he's fighting in 10 3-minute rounds, which isn't too bad. Well done, Jake.
Exhibition though, can he win?
Yes, he can actually win. It will be overlooked by 3 sanctioned judges.
So he can actually still win and knock him out.
But here's the trick. It's body punches only.
And there's a reason. That's because Tank said, look, this is a bit unfair. I don't want to punch up. I want to punch at my head height. Where does it fall?
At Jake Paul's belly.
Oof.
So apparently we've heard there's no knockdown rules, but aside from that, it's a pretty well-rounded fight. Oh yeah, there's some drug testing as well.
But Jake Paul.
Reports now indicate that Gervonta Davis has significantly bulked up during training camp, reportedly walking around close to 160 pounds. A major jump considering he's never officially fought above the 135-pound lightweight limit. This size increase, while still under the agreed catch weight for his exhibition against Jake Paul, could prove pivotal. The added mass is expected to boost his durability, punch resistance, and raw power, potentially making Davis an even more dangerous and unpredictable opponent than ever before.
Gervonta Tank Davis, is my prediction that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to weigh in on the night of the fight against Jake Paul, knocking on 160 pounds. Don't be surprised if he's 157 pounds, something like that. You guys see this footage? Look at Tank. Now, if you know what you're looking at, the guy must be around 150 right now, 153, something like that. And you can really tell when he's sideways. When you look at him sideways and see the depth. See, from the front view, you can't really tell. But when he turns sideways, the guy is a wrecking ball. He's literally a baby rhino out there. And I think that is the idea for him to bulk up and be a little powerhouse out there. And I'm all for it. I'm going to tell you in this video why I think that's the best thing for Tank and why I think he will be knocking on 160 pounds.
Teddy Atlas believes Gervonta Tank Davis is as close to a complete fighter as boxing has today. He praises Davis not just for his devastating power and finishing ability, but also for his counterpunching instincts, ring IQ, and mastery of distance and timing. Atlas highlights Tank's ability to stay patient, calculated, and composed, noting that he's always 2 steps ahead of his opponents rather than relying solely on brute strength in Atlas's view. These traits make Davis the most well-rounded and mentally sharp of the elite lightweights, and the one fighter fully equipped to handle someone like Jake Paul, whose style is still evolving and lacks the technical depth of a seasoned world champion.
The only other time he was in, for the fans to get mad with that, was against Fury's Tommy Fury, but it wasn't that level, obviously, and all the size things you just rightfully pointed out. But he would have been in there with, I mean, it seemed crazy. You're going to go in there with a guy who was a two-time heavyweight champ and a gold medalist? Wow. Even though the guy's, at a twilight part of his career, still.
And you've given a lot of credit and props to Jake Paul on this show of helping get more eyeballs to the sport, but the way he takes it serious and goes about his approach and his work to this craft, that he does take it seriously. With that being said, when he announces Tank Davis, I'm getting tired of these gimmick fights and him loading the deck up. Whether it was Chavez Jr. or an old Mike Tyson, or we could go on and on with some of the UFC guys and the great Anderson Silva at 46 years of age. Tank Davis, great fighter, current fighter, world champion. We know how good he is. Been a top 10 pound for pound guy for you for the last few years now. But he's 5'5" and 135 pounds. This sounds like it would be a 195 pound fight, an exhibition. Wouldn't count on their records. Not a whole lot of other details other than it will be in November, and it sounds like in Atlanta. But I've said enough. I just want to hear your take. What do you make of this news, Jake Paul, Tank Davis?
But, and I'm smiling a little bit. But, back in the day, I love the 1800s, 1700s, my friend out there, 1700s, whatever. But I love the old-time fighters. They were catchweights. And there was guys like Sam Langford. I know Sam Langford shouldn't even be compared with this. Because
Despite Gervonta Davis's superior skills and newly bulked-up physique, former super middleweight champion Carl Froch has issued a stark warning, emphasizing that Jake Paul's size and unconventional power pose a real danger. Froch cautioned that Davis won't be used to being hit like that, underscoring the physical risks involved. His concerns echo a growing unease across the boxing world, where many view this matchup less as a legitimate contest and more as a spectacle, a high-profile freak show that blurs the line between sport and entertainment, raising serious questions about fighter safety and credibility.
Just here at Los Naranjos in Viva, España, and I found out that Gervonta Davis is now fighting Jake Paul. So Jake Paul was supposed to be fighting AJ. Eddie Hearn announced 99% done, which we've just spoke about. What next for AJ? Potentially Jake Paul. But it now looks like that Jake Paul is fighting one of Anthony Joshua's legs. He's fighting Gervonta Davis, somebody who's a quarter of his size. I don't even know what's going on. Has Eddie Hearn been played? Let me know what you think, but the AJ fight with Jake Paul's finished. Gervonta Davis, fake Paul, November. I don't know what's going on in the world of boxing. This is an absolute joke. What next for AJ? We'll get into this, and there's so many questions I want to get into in the next episode, but hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, just thought I'd give you a quick update because the news has just come in and I'm just trying to relax and play a bit of golf. I can't. I've got to get it off my chest. I'm going to add it to this video. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit like, share and subscribe to the best channel in the business, Froch on Fighting, and we'll see you very soon.
Carl Froch has issued a stern warning about the safety risks surrounding the upcoming Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis exhibition, pointing out the alarming 65-pound weight gap between the two fighters.
My name was mentioned at his press conference and he shit himself, and the fight was just absolutely fucking diabolical. Again, I've said before, he's not a professional boxer, he never will be, and he proves time and time again that he's not a professional fighter. So Jake Paul, go on, piss off.
I mean, I don't really take Jake Paul that serious. He can't really box. He can have a little fight, he can have a swing. He swings away, stands up straight, and he throws punches, but it's not professional boxing. Because when I watch him box, he's just so much wrong. It's just everything's wrong. It's so bad. He's got leaky defence. He telegraphs his punches. Like, you put him in with someone his own size, who's a professional. It's a mismatch, and you'll see that if he ends up fighting somebody. Tommy Fury, bless him, he's a pro boxer, but he's inexperienced. He's got no amateur pedigree. He's a raw novice, or maybe just above the raw novice. I was saying earlier, where would I put him in terms of levels? He's probably he'd do well to win a British title. He's at that sort of level, and then from British title to world level, it's like different worlds. It's like totally different. It's like a different sport.
Following Jake Paul's convincing victory over Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., analysts are now debating whether he's genuinely ready to take on top 15 or top 20 contenders. Rising prospect Amado Vargas has offered his perspective on whether Paul deserves those kind of matchups. But much of the boxing community remains skeptical. Promoter Eddie Hearn acknowledged Paul's progress, suggesting he's moving in the right direction and could soon merit a WBC ranking. Yet he also emphasized that many seasoned, proven fighters still belong ahead of him. Ultimately, the discussion captures the growing divide between Paul's skyrocketing popularity and the lingering doubts, over whether his resume truly proves he's ready for elite-level competition.
I just think Chavez didn't get started. That's the only thing. I mean, you can't win.
I want to be world champion. Zerto looks slow as shit tonight.
You can't win if you don't throw, you know. So it was kind of like the Ryan Garcia Robles thing. You know, Robles didn't. I mean, Ryan really didn't get started. So.
What'd you think about how Jake looked and fought?
You know what?
You're very tough.
If he sucked ass, he sucked ass, but he actually looks pretty good. There's people who walk into the gym, you can tell right away if they can box or not. So he can box, he's selling out, you know, obviously this arena, and the only thing I can do is take a page out of his book and, you know, put it towards my showmanship. So.
You think he's ready for someone like top 15, top 20?
I mean, look, you know, he knows who to fight. Obviously, he's, you know, growing in his career. If he really wants to make a career, I wish him nothing but the best. But I just think that, you know, it's going to be a little longer until then.
Thank you, I mean, appreciate it. Oh, give us an update about you. You got a thing coming up.
July 26th, Madison Square Garden. I'm ripped up. I'm ready to go. Ran with Manny Pacquiao yesterday. And, you know, 15-minute on the way. Let's go, baby.
Thank you, I appreciate it, man.
Meanwhile, veteran fighters and boxing purists have reacted sharply to the possibility of Jake Paul being granted a WBC ranking, warning that it could undermine the integrity of the sport. Among the loudest critics is Derek Chisora, who insists that true boxers earn their positions through years of dedication, grueling battles, and victories over credible opponents. From Chisora's perspective, awarding Paul a ranking based on celebrity status or promotional buzz would be a slap in the face to fighters who've bled, sacrificed, and fought their way up the hard way, reducing boxing's prestige to mere entertainment optics.
The WBC have said they're going to give a cruiserweight ranking to the winner of this fight. Do you think they deserve one?
I don't think so. I don't know why. It's hard enough for real athletes, for real boxers, to get those rankings, and then suddenly this Solomon Sousa decides to give double ranking because he's getting some greens in his, in his back pocket. No, that is disgrace to boxing.
Sports commentator Stephen A. Smith has highlighted just how extreme the size and pedigree gap is in the upcoming Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis showdown. Smith noted that while Jake Paul typically walks around at over 200 pounds, Davis is a lightweight champion, creating a massive disparity that hasn't gone unnoticed by fans or critics, that he questioned whether promoting such mismatched, high-profile spectacles ultimately does more harm than good for the sport, warning that events like this risk reducing boxing to pure entertainment rather than maintaining its roots as a true competitive discipline.
I can't buy the hype at this particular moment in time. Now, I'll give Jake Paul credit for this. At least he's in the ring with a boxer. But 57 years old is 57 years old. And 57 years old and formally walking into a UFC fight as an audience member, as a patron with a cane. It's hard to believe a year later that you're going to be in any condition to really, really fight. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't know. And if you're Jake Paul, here's what I want to say to you. It's Mike Tyson, that's fine. It's a money fight, I get you, and you want to make money. But at some point in time, if you keep telling us that you're taking boxing seriously and you want to be recognized as a big-time boxer / fighter, you're going to have to fight somebody closer to your age, who is a contender at the very least in the sport and who lives with it every single day. Could you please get in the ring with somebody? Pretty please with sugar on top. I'm interested.
Stephen A. Smith also weighed in following the controversial majority draw between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach back in March. Smith defended Davis's performance, emphasizing the strength of his stellar record and rejecting any notion that the criticism was justified. In Smith's view, Davis showcased true championship composure by remaining unfazed amid the controversy. His immediate acceptance of a rematch, Smith argued, reflected the mindset of a fighter secure in his greatness and determined to reassert his dominance at the very top of the sport.
Gervonta Davis might be every bit as box office as Maverick himself. As exciting, as electric, because this dude performs every time out, y'all. Wherever Davis goes, wherever he fights, fans justifiably follow. He's that special. And Davis is without a doubt one of the top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in the world right now. Don't you even doubt it.
Stephen A. Smith has strongly criticized Gervonta "Tank" Davis for agreeing to fight what he views as a less experienced, lower-tier opponent in Jake Paul, warning that such a matchup could tarnish Davis's reputation as an elite, proven champion. Smith argued that the fight is far beneath Tank's level, and even stated that Davis should be ashamed for entertaining it. Expanding his critique, Smith blasted the growing trend of mismatched exhibition bouts, including Paul's fight with Mike Tyson, saying he was saddened and even disgusted by what these events are turning boxing into. He called for real competition, insisting that Paul should step in with legitimate, active fighters, not retired legends or aging celebrities, if he wants to be taken seriously in the sport.
Jake Paul is a professional. At some point in time, I don't give a damn if it's a light heavyweight. Better be a Bivol, a super middleweight, Canelo, Mexican Monster, David Benavidez, somebody that actually has a reputation. The time has come for Jake Paul to step into the ring with a cat who actually boxes for a living and give us that fight. I appreciate the fact of him promoting. I appreciate him having the cachet as a former YouTuber turned boxer. I like Jake Paul. I respect Jake Paul. I'm just saying, because I like him and because I respect him, I want to see him in the ring. And I don't want to hear, I know his numbers are better, but then he gonna say, I don't need Canelo, Canelo needs me. Well, wait a minute. It ain't just about popularity, bruh.
Meanwhile, Gervonta Davis's longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, has made a bold declaration, saying the only fighter capable of beating Tank is Tank himself. In a conversation with Stephen A. Smith, Ford stated, "Only Tank against Tank. That's the only person who's going to beat Tank," emphasizing that no opponent has truly pushed Davis to his limits yet.
Who do you want to see? You, as a guy that's in his trainer, that's like a father figure to him, you're training him all the time, you know him, both y'all from the streets of Baltimore the whole bit. Who do you want to see Tank fight?
I want him to get all of them that ran their mouth.
Give me the names. I need names, Calvin. I need names.
You already know. We went down to, we working on the big 4. It was Garcia, that's the first one. Roma, I hope we get him soon. Shakur, he's going to get it. He know he's going to get it. It's just Bob is in charge of that. You know what I'm saying? Bob know what he's doing over there. You can't tell Bob how to run his game because he's like a vet at this. He's been doing it for so many years. That's going to happen. All the fights that we'll want, they have no choice. They're going to take the fight when it's time to take the fight. It's just right now, who's going to take the fight? That's the question.
Shakur Stevenson didn't hold back, slamming the idea of Gervonta "Tank" Davis fighting Jake Paul as a terrible decision given the massive size and weight disparity between them. Stevenson argued that Davis should be targeting legitimate boxers, not crossover exhibitions, and called the matchup disrespectful to the sport, especially when compared to potential unification bouts that could truly elevate boxing. He went further, claiming that Davis could actually earn more money and respect by facing a real elite opponent, positioning himself as the more deserving and challenging rival. While many critics have dismissed the Paul versus Davis fight as a mere spectacle, Stevenson's comments added a strong voice to the growing call for authentic, legacy-defining matchups.
Maybe he'll fight Jake Paul instead. What do you think of that?
I think that's terrible.
Why?
I mean, I get it because at the end of the day, it's a money business, and you want to make the most money, but from what I'm hearing, he can make more money in a fight with me. And if that's the case, why not fight me?
Sure. Do you think he beats Jake Paul?
Do I think he beats Jake? Yeah. I mean,
It's a huge size advantage, though.
it is, but I think Tank got the skills to make sure he come out on top.
Do you think that Jake has gone better?
Yeah, I think actually Jake got tremendously better from the time frame that he started till now. And in the right situation, I also could see him become a world champion.
Really?
Joe Budden argues that Gervonta Tank Davis's decision to accept the fight with Jake Paul is both logical and financially shrewd. He views it as a smart business move, reasoning that if a fighter can capitalize on a massive opportunity, there's no reason not to. As Budden puts it, boxing has always had a financial side, and Davis is simply playing the game better than most. Budden also stirred discussion after referencing Lamont Roach's Instagram post, where Roach hinted that Jake Paul's contract included a rematch clause. Budden speculated that Netflix may have paid to remove that clause, clearing the way for the highly anticipated Paul versus Davis bout, reportedly valued at $100 million. He suggested that if Roach believed that clause protected him, then its removal effectively meant he fought for nothing but looking ahead. Budden warned that if Jake Paul wants to survive this fight, he'll need to heed Mike Tyson's warning and fight like more than just a celebrity. As for Davis, Budden noted that he's venturing into uncharted territory, facing a much bigger, heavier opponent. The question now is whether his skill, speed, and heart will be enough to overcome the odds.
Quite surprised because it sounded like Jake Paul and Joshua was getting closer and closer for January. However, there have been rumours of Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul in the past. I think with Gervonta Davis's kind of legal problems in the last month or so and rumours about his retirement, I don't think it's a massive shock that he is taking this Jake Paul fight if it is going to go ahead, purely for the reason that it's a lot of money for maybe not the most difficult job that he's going to have in his career. So it's a strange one, but yeah, it's just another kind of day in the sport, really, isn't it?
Will Jake Paul's hype hold up once the bell rings? Or will Gervonta Davis's skill, experience, and ring IQ completely expose him? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Who you got winning this clash of power versus precision?